Hello, and welcome to Simple Stories in English. Luis just wants to dance the night away, but a car accident lands him in the emergency room with his date. Now, instead of salsa, he must deal with x-rays, stitches, and a cast. What fun! I hope you enjoy The Car Accident. Luis is a big, strong man. He is friendly and funny, too. Luis has a lot of friends. He is especially popular with women because he is very handsome and he can dance. Luis dances the salsa, bachata, and the tango. Luis uses the Tinder app to look for friendly, pretty women. One day, Luis sees the photo of an especially fantastic woman. Her name is Angela. She is tall and beautiful. She is funny and friendly like Luis, and she also has a lot of friends. Luis makes a date with Angela. They go to a restaurant. In the restaurant, Luis talks about work. He had a good day at work. Angela listens and cuts her steak. Angela is bored because Luis talks and talks and talks, and he doesn't ask Angela any questions. She simply listens to Luis's fantastic day. Angela wants to go home, but after eating, Luis invites her to dance. Angela likes dancing a lot, and she decides to give Luis another chance. Angela and Luis go to a club in Luis's car. Angela is very happy because she read on Tinder that Luis dances very well. They enter the club and Luis dances. He is incredible. Luis dances very well. But Luis dances in a big group with a lot of women and men. He doesn't dance with Angela. Angela is mad at Luis. She walks to Luis and says, "I want to go home." "What's wrong?" Luis responds, confused. "I want to go home," Angela repeats. Luis walks to his car with Angela. In the car, Angela puts on her seatbelt. Luis doesn't put on his seatbelt. Luis starts the car and goes very fast through the streets of the city. He passes a park. There are some very pretty women in the park. Luis is distracted. He doesn't see the road because he is looking at the pretty women. Angela looks at the road and she sees a small child. The small child runs after a dog in the street. "Stop!" Angela yells. Luis sees the child at the last moment. He hits the brakes on the car and turns to the right because he doesn't want to crash into a child or a dog. Luckily, Luis doesn't crash into the child, but he does crash into a parked car. With the impact, Luis's forehead hits the windshield. His arm and leg are also hurt. Angela hurt her neck with the impact. Luis and Angela are hurt. They need medical help. But they can't drive the car to the hospital. So Angela calls an ambulance. The paramedics arrive in the ambulance and help Angela and Luis. They check their condition. Angela doesn't have many injuries. Her neck hurts, so a paramedic gives her a neck brace. Angela can't move her head well because the neck brace stabilizes her head. But Angela can walk, and she walks to the ambulance. Luis requires more attention than Angela because he has more injuries. The paramedic puts a bandage on the cut on Luis's forehead. He puts a neck brace on Luis's neck. Luis can't walk because his leg hurts a lot. So the paramedics move Luis on a stretcher. The ambulance goes to the emergency room at the hospital. In the emergency room, a doctor examines Luis. The doctor is short and very intelligent. "What happened?" the doctor asks. "I was dancing the salsa because I like to dance a lot when Angela wanted to go home. On the way home, a child ran into the street. I like children, and because I am a good person, I didn't want to crash into a child. I hit the brakes and crashed into a parked car. Some people think I am a hero because the child was perfectly fine," Luis responds. "What hurts?" the female doctor asks. She is not affected by Luis's exaggerated words. "My head hurts a lot. My arm and leg hurt. And my heart hurts," Luis says dramatically. "Your heart hurts? That's not good," the doctor reacts. "My heart hurts because you are so pretty. But I am here with another woman," Luis says. The doctor touches the cut on Luis's forehead. "Ow!" Luis yells. "The cut is very serious. It needs stitches," the doctor says. She gives Luis a shot, and then she gives him 7 stitches to close the cut. Then she examines Luis's arm and leg. They hurt a lot. Luis goes into a special room. In the special room, a technician takes an X-ray of his arm. He doesn't see anything special in the X-ray. Then the technician takes an X-ray of Luis's leg. He sees a problem in Luis's leg and talks to the doctor. The doctor talks to Luis. "Sir, your leg is broken. You need a cast." "And my heart?" Luis asks dramatically. The doctor ignores Luis and examines Angela. "What hurts?" she asks Angela. My neck hurts, Angela responds. The doctor examines Angela's neck. It is not broken. The doctor gives her some pills for the pain and says Angela needs to use the neck brace for a few more days. Another doctor arrives and puts a cast on Luis. The doctor is efficient and good. Luis is not happy with the cast. He wants to dance the salsa and the bachata and the tango, and he can't with a cast. He can't walk with the cast. Luis sits in a wheelchair because he can't walk due to his broken leg. Angela pushes the wheelchair for Luis because Luis's arm hurts too. Luis understands that his date with Angela was not the most fantastic date. I'm sorry about the accident, Luis says to Angela. It's okay, Luis. It was an accident, Angela responds. Angela and Luis pass a group of nurses. Luis looks at the nurses and says, "Hello, beautiful ladies. How are you doing?" Angela is very mad at Luis. First, the horrible dinner. Then, the group of women at the club. The accident in front of the women in the park. Then the doctor. And now the nurses. Angela pushes Luis's wheelchair, and the cast on his leg crashes into the door. Ow! Ow! Luis cries. Oh, sorry. It was an accident, Angela says sarcastically. Then she calls 2 Ubers. She doesn't want to spend another minute with Luis.
The end.
Thank you for listening. You can find a transcript of this story and more at my website, smalltownspanishteacher.com. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and my blog at Small Town Spanish Teacher. See you soon. You can find a transcript of today's story as well as other stories and learning and teaching aids on my website, smalltownspanishteacher.com. This story was an original work by Camilla Given. Any resemblance to stories by other authors is purely coincidental unless otherwise noted. If you have an idea for a story or a story you would like read, feel free to email me at smalltownspanishteacher@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of future episodes of Simple Stories in English.